What's going on, everyone? I'm Lamb, the Real Estate Insider, and today we're touring downtown Dallas. We're going to start our tour off at the Farmers Market, which is on the southeast side of downtown Dallas. It's an area that's very up and coming. Lots of three-story townhomes for sale. Lots of beautiful apartments have been built. As you can see here, apartments are above these shops. There's shops around the base, apartments up top. There's the shed. This is where you'll find your fresh fruit and vegetables. Vendors, they come out every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and sell. It's quite an amazing experience, very fun. Also, with the farmers market, it's open also 7 days a week on the inside. You have an inside part that has lots of restaurants and places to buy things, but then on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you're able to go out. The vendors come out, as you can see here, where you can buy fruit and veggies. You'll see. Enjoy. Oh, no problem, man. No problem. Make sure I get. Yep, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. You know what? I think I will.
This one is black pepper and funnel. We are from Austin. We raise our own cattle. So everything is unfiltered and organic.
Un, dos, tres y...
This right here is very fascinating. The reason it's fascinating, this entire street used to be covered. I mean, covered with homeless people, tents, baskets. You could not see the ground. It was like it was our Skid Row. It was literally the Dallas Skid Row. It looks like the church, the Presbyterian church that owns this area, they have cleaned it up to some degree. They've kicked them out. There is homeless shelters all throughout this area on the south side of Dallas, uh, downtown Dallas, and they've maybe pushed them to go into the shelters or use the shelters. But yeah, one thing about some of the Dallas shelters I've heard, I don't know how sure this is, how true this is, but some of the shelters require them to pay to get into the shelter. And then I know others, many of them require them to be in by a certain time, which a lot of the homeless folks who I've talked to don't like that, having to be there by a certain time. And then there's some that sell papers that are given to them by the homeless shelters. I'm assuming that's what they use, what the money they make from it to get into the shelters. I don't know. Main Street Garden Park is a pretty neat park. Notice you have the law school, UNT, University of North Texas Law School right there. You have this hotel, which is called the Statler, with some significant history with this hotel right there. This is the hotel where Tina Turner and Ike were on the movie and in real life particularly, when they were fighting in the limo, remember? And then they walked into the lobby and they were both were bloodied up and beaten and bruised. And when they got to their room, Ike told Tina to get herself cleaned up. Remember that? And then afterwards, when he went to sleep, she grabbed her things and took off running down the street. In the real life situation, she ran behind this hotel we see to the left, the Statler. She ran behind it across the highway, across Interstate 20, no 30. I'm sorry, just Interstate 30, into the Hotel Lorenzo, which is still there. Mind you, it was called something different at the time, but now it's called a Hotel Lorenzo. All right, so that's the history on that hotel. If you look straight right next to it, there's a beige building. I used to live there. That's the Continental. You look straight ahead, there's a hotel, another place I live called the Element. So I live in several buildings in downtown Dallas. The AT&T building we see over there, and yeah, this is a park where people come out. They bring their animals, of course. People lay out. There's also we play movies on the big screen out here as well. This is the Continental Apartments, the one I told you I lived in the past. Right to the left, and also the place to the right I lived in Element as well. Nice Starbucks over there. All right, and we have a Neiman Marcus. Yeah, and the tower right there with the spire on top. I'll tell you more about that when we get around, but I lived there too. See the tall gray one with this? Yeah, I've lived in that tower as well. It's the Gables Republic Tower.